Good morning, children. In the previous class, we learned about the types of the contact forces. In that, we learned about the muscular force as well as the frictional force. Today, we will be learning about the normal force. Normal force. What do you mean by this normal force? Normal means the perpendicular line which is drawn to any of the surface is called as the normal, or the force which is exerting perpendicularly is called as the normal. Okay, that is called as the normal. Therefore, normal force means the force which is exerted perpendicularly. The force which is exerted, the force which is exerted perpendicularly to any surface is called normal force. For this, if you take a textbook or physics textbook, and if you place the textbook on a table, okay, if you take the textbook, if you place the textbook on a table, okay, what happens? It will be on the table. But when we remove the table, what happens? The book will be falling down. Why the book falls down? It is because due to the gravitational force which is exerted by the earth. Okay, due to the gravitational force which is exerted by the earth, the book will be falling down. But in the case when you are placing on the table, at that time also the gravitational force is exerted. Okay, but the gravitational force, whatever that is exerted, it won't, but the book doesn't fall down because some force will be exerting in the upward direction against the gravitational force. What is that force called as? Which is exerting perpendicularly. That force, what we call it as normal force. That force, it is called as the normal force. The force which is exerting downwards, it is called as the gravitational force. Gravitational force. It is also called as weight. Okay, it is also called as the weight. Gravitational force or weight. And we are having of the normal force. The force which is exerting perpendicularly in the upward direction against the gravitational force or the weight is called as the normal force. Okay. Normal force. Okay, and here what is the net force acting on the total body on the book? The net force means total force. Net force. The net force acting on the body, that means some force will be exerting by the normal force, and in the same way some force will be exerting by the gravitational force. Okay, as the net force acting on the body, and here the normal force and gravitational force are equal in magnitude. They are equal in the magnitude. As they are equal in the magnitude, we can write, but they are exerting in the opposite direction. Therefore, they are exerting in the opposite direction. Since n is equal to g, I am writing in the place of g, I am writing it as n. Therefore, what is the, here we will be getting n minus n, that is equal to 0. Therefore, the net force acting on the body, will be equal to 0 for a body which is placed on a table. Okay, that is the net force acting on the body is equal to 0. Okay, and in the same way, what is that means for any body, for any object, okay, for any object, or the body, for the object which is which is at rest, the net force acting will be equal to 0. And here if we can draw a free body diagram, FBD we say. FBD means free body diagram. If you draw a free body diagram for the body which is exerting, okay, what are the forces for the body which is at rest? The forces acting on the body will be the normal force and as well as the gravitational force or weight. The gravitational force or the weight. This is about the normal force. Then what about the next one? The next one is about the tension force. Tension. What do you mean by this tension? If we suspend any object by means of a thread, by means of a thread, then the force which is exerted by the string on the object, the force which is exerted by the string on the object is called as the tension. Okay, tension means the force exerted, the force exerted by a string on an object is called tension, is called tension. Okay, and here we can able to find the limiting force of an object. What do you mean by this limiting force? The force which is used to break up the string or to broken the string, to break the string. What is the force that is exerted? That is called as the limiting force. For that we have given a lab activity. Lab activity. In this lab activity, for what purpose this lab activity? What is the aim of this lab activity? To find the limiting force of an object. To find the limiting force. Limiting force of an object. Of an object. And here what is the materials required or apparatus required? Apparatus. What are the materials required? Here for this we need a spring balance, spring balance, a string of 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter, standard weights, okay, and a weight hanger. Then what is the procedure of this one? How we can do this activity? What is the procedure? Procedure. What is the procedure? For this, we should take a ceiling. That means we should hang by means of a string which is of 10 centimeter. By means of a string you suspend a spring balance to which the weight hanger is attached, and we should increase the standards of the weights. When you increase the standard of the weights, the spring balance will be stretched up, and at a certain position of the reading of this spring balance, the string will be broken up. Okay, and here we should note down the limiting force of the string, and here we should repeat this activity by means of different threads. That means by a tungus wire, okay, by means of a thread, but different types of threads we should do this activity such that and we should note down at what limiting force all these are broken up. Okay, for this serial number, okay, type of the string, and the limiting force of the string. These are the different ways how we can find out the limiting force of an object. And this activity again it can be repeated without using of the what? Without using the spring balance or without using of the ceiling. For this, what you have to do, the second case 2, is that as in the first case we have taken, that means we have suspended the string to a ceiling. Ceiling means a roof, but now we have to suspend it to a weight hanger. Weight hanger means normally you will be using of the weight hanger in order to hold the clothes in our houses, therefore weight hanger. For this weight hanger we should suspend the thread and the same spring balance we should use, and the standard weights. When you stretch the standard weights, or when you apply the standard weights, what happens? First it will be stretched. Again, when you release it, again it will be going backwards. Okay, and then like that again you should repeat this activity till the string where the string is breaking up, and you should note down the limiting force. Like that we can able to repeat this activity in the same process without the sailing. Okay, this is how we can calculate the limiting force of a string. That's about the tension. Okay, the next part is that, okay, finding out. Okay, and here effects of net force acting on the object. Effect of net force acting on the object. Effects of net force acting on the object. For this, what you have to do? Just first you take a table, a bench, and you apply the force by the hands. You apply the force on the table by the hands and try to push it. Okay, and after some time, just you take the help of your friend and ask him to help you. And when both of you are stretching it, when both of you are pushing it, you feel that it is easier when your friend is helping you rather in the case when alone you are pushing it. Okay, therefore what we can say, we can decrease the effort when someone is helping us. Okay, therefore here in this case, when your friend is helping you, in this case, what is the net force acting on the body? Here the net force acting on the body means net force is nothing but the total force acting on the body. And here if you take the force which is acting by you is F, and the force which is acting by your friend is small f. And here when both of you are applying the force in the same direction, then the net force will be equal to the 2 times of the force. As they are in the same direction, F. And here when both magnitude are same, we get F plus F, that is equals to 2F. Okay, the net force acting on the body in the same direction will be 2F. And here, if they are having of the same magnitude, but in the opposite directions, ask your friend to push the table in the opposite direction towards you. Therefore, when you are pushing like this, the friend is pushing in the opposite direction towards you. And if both the magnitudes are the same, what happens? When the both magnitudes are same, then the net force will be acting will be equal to 0. The net force acting will be equal to 0. That means here, if you are applying the force F and your friend is applying of the force small f in the opposite direction, as both of the forces are the equal in the magnitude, then F minus F, that is equal to, okay, F minus F, that will be equal to 0. Therefore, the net force acting on the body will be equal to the 0. The net force acting will be equal to 0 when the two forces are acting in the different direction with the same magnitude. Then, what is the net force acting on the body if the forces are not equal? Okay, the forces are not equal. That means the force acting by you is F, and the force acting by your friend is small f. Then what happens? Okay, the net force will be not equal to the 0. Why it will be not equal to 0? Why? Because as they are different in their magnitude. When your friend is having of more energy, if he is pushing the table with more force, then the bench will or the table will be dragged towards you. And if you are having of the more energy than your friend, then the table will be dragging towards your friend, okay, or towards you. Okay, therefore the net force will be not be equal to the 0 when they are having of the different magnitudes. Okay. Next, what is the net force acting on a body? Okay, for a moving object. Okay, the net force acting on a body for the body at rest will be equal to 0. But whereas for the body, the free body diagram, for the body, the net force acting on the body, when the body is moving, means if we take a car, what are the forces that are acting on the car? That means normally, okay, weight will be acting, and here normal forces will be acting in the upward direction, and here the force of the engine, that is capital F, and the small force, that is small f. Small f means it is the force of friction, frictional force. Whereas here the force of engine, and if we calculate the net force acting along the x-axis means here force along x-axis, that is equals to here in this way. Okay, along the x-axis means here one is acting one direction, the other is acting in the opposite direction. Therefore, F plus of minus, that is equal to F minus F. Okay, and in the force is acting in the along y direction, along y-axis, that is equals to the net force acting will be equal to N1 plus N2 minus the weight. The two forces acting in the opposite direction to that of the weight. This is and here the total force acting on the body for a moving object. Net force acting on a body. The net force acting on a body completely will be equal to F minus F minus F, okay, plus N1 plus N2 minus W. Therefore, what are the forces that are acting for a moving object? The forces which are acting for the moving object are normal force, gravitational force, force of engine, and the frictional force. A force of engine or a force acted by a person or a force of engine, like that. These are the forces which are acting on a body for a moving object. Okay, like that we will be calculating the net forces of an object. Okay, in this class what we learn? Today we learn about the what is the normal force. Okay, normal force, tension, and force acting on the object. Okay, remaining we'll be learning in the next class. Thank you.